just 5 fish. This is another edition of our Lunchtime Lures. We're going to be talking about the Shaky Head. So the Shaky Head lure is what we're going to try today. We're going to fish it for 10 minutes straight, talk about the tips, talk about how to fish it, and let's see if I can catch some fish. So here we go. Let's take a look at the tackle. We have the worm right here. We have a SMH worm from Z-Man. We've got the Shaky Head hook itself. It's a weight with a hook on it right there, and we've got a 7'1" medium heavy fast. This is what I'm using for my Shaky Head setup. So there it is. Let's talk about how to rig it. All right, so rigging the Shaky Head right here, we're just going to just poke it in just a little bit through the top of the worm. Poke it through, slide it all the way along the Shaky Head. In this case, it's got a little keeper. Push it past that and twist it around, and then identify where it's going to go through. Poke it through, and you can leave it just coming through on the end right there, or you can poke it through and just skin hook it on the top. I like to skin hook it, that way I can see it in place, and then there we go. And then that is that's how you hook it up. And then at the bottom we're just going to be popping it along, so it goes like that. Woohoo! Anyway, let us get fishing and see what happens. All right, I'm going to set the timer here for 10 minutes. Set myself a little timer. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Set a timer for 10 minutes. All right, we have our timer all set. We've got our worm all ready to go. Beautiful day, a little bit of a breeze, which is nice. Cast it out there. Happen to know there's some rocks on the bottom here, and then just let it sit in the bottom, and then gradually just pop it along the edge. Pop it along the bottom, I should say. All right, I got a 15-pound braid onto an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. So that's kind of what we're fishing. And all I'm doing is popping this little hook along the bottom, feeling the rocks, counting the rocks. So just gradually popping it through. The water is really clear, so I've got a smoked smoked purple is the color of the worm. It seems to do well in both clear water and stained water, so that's something to consider. Typically the good rule for whatever bait you're talking about, if the water's clear, then you're there's a turtle coming to see what's going on. If the water's clear, then green pumpkin is a natural color, and that's good to choose. If it's stained, then you'd go with a darker bait to have more of a contrast in the water. All right, so I think we're gonna. Was that a bite or was that a rock? I think that was a rock that I just hit. Yeah, it was. So let me reel that in. Let's cast a different direction here. All right. Good cast out there, and just kind of pop it back through. You got to be patient with all of these finesse techniques. One thing I learned was just even the slightest twitch on the end of your rod is going to make that bait move quite a ways on the bottom. So I just try and pay attention to that. Make sure I'm not just giving a big old tug like that, unless unless that's what the fish want, you know. Sometimes you got to figure out what the fish want to eat. Sometimes they want to chase it. Sometimes they just like to stroll up on it. It all depends. All right. No bites yet. All right. Since I've only got 10 minutes, I'm not going to be as patient as I would be in a normal situation. So I'm going to reel this in. I'm not going to go too fast. I always fish it back, you know. Oh, is that a fish? Did I just get a bite? Thought I did, felt like it. You know, sometimes even when you're reeling it in, you've got to pay attention to the fact that the fish are still down there, they're still watching. So regardless of the bait, whether it's a worm, whether it's a oh, there we go, we got one, jumped right on it, right at the end. We got a fish. Yeah, so as I was saying, regardless of the weight of the fish that you were or the bait that you're fishing, regardless of the bait you're fishing, you still need to fish your bait back. There you go, fish. Thanks very much. Thanks for playing. All right, so there we go. We got a fish. So swim it back, regardless of the bait, is what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna go along the shoreline a little bit right here. Gonna risk my neck on these rocks. Oh, it's moving along pretty good. I'm pretty good at this rock climbing stuff. Let me get to a good place to cast. Here we go. We got a place right here. All right. So let me cast along the shoreline. All right, we're out there. Let us see how we do right here. So we've cast it out, let it sit for a moment. All right, and then gradually pop it along. A lot of times you can imagine the fish just kind of follow the bait down to the ground and see it, watch it. They're curious, so they're going to come and take a look. So once it's down there, you can feel, oh, got a bite here. Yeah, we got another bite. Yeah, the fish follow it down, they watch it, so just let it go down to the bottom, and then give it a twitch, make them even more curious. All right, there we go, the catch right up in the nose of the fish right there. So let me take that out, very easy to take it out. There we go, fish number 2. Thank you very much. There you go. Go get bigger. Nice second fish. Okay, let's try oops, that was a bad cast. That was into the rocks. There we go. Bit of a crazy cast, but we're back. Let's see how we do right here. So we're just again just popping it along the bottom. Let it set on the bottom there. See if any fish saw it go down, and then gradually just a little pop. Trying to attract some attention. This one is a relatively short cast, so maybe I'll just reel this in and give it another. Oh, got a caught on a rock. Oops, there we go. Straighten out that bait. There we go. Let me see if I can show you kind of, I don't know whether you can see that coming through. That's the action that it has under the water. I don't know whether you saw that. And since it's a continuous stream right here, continuous recording, if you didn't see it, I'm sorry for that distraction. But I'm just going against the rocks right here. Just popping it over the top of the rocks. Oh, we got stuck on the rocks again. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you following along here in this 10 minutes of fishing with the Shaky Head. Hopefully you learned something. If you got any additional tips, if you got any additional information, go ahead and put them down in the comments. Also let me know what's the next bait that you want to see. What is the next 10-minute lunchtime lure that we can demonstrate? Thanks for joining. Go ahead and like and subscribe and all that. Appreciate it very much. See you next time. Well, that's it. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you following along here in this 10 minutes of fishing with the Shaky Head. Hopefully you learned something. If you got any additional tips, if you got any additional information, go ahead and put them down in the comments. Also let me know what's the next bait that you want to see. What is the next 10-minute lunchtime lure that we can demonstrate? Thanks for joining. Go ahead and like and subscribe and all that. Appreciate it very much. See you next time.